Now, I love playing inZOI, but let's be honest, the game is rated T for teen and not GFB for grown folks business. With that being said, I have an overly ambitious and slightly delusional dream mod wish list. If you do want to support your girl as an inZOI content creator, you can do so by using my code, MYGAMEPLAYDIARY, in your copy of inZOI this month, next month, and the month after that. And your Zois earn a free t-shirt. I have been playing inZOI for well over a year. I was a part of their influencer program, so I have many hours of gameplay in both the test build and the official build. Needless to say, I am very qualified to organize a list of mods for a scripting system that does not exist yet. And as the president of the AR company and holder of Psycat's Paw, 'tis my duty to uphold Hope Core in the inZOI community. And my mod wish list can pretty much be broken down into 4 different sections. 4? Is it 4? It's 4. UI, gameplay, crime and justice, and freaked out. We're going to start things off light by going over the UI mods that I would like to see. First and foremost, this is so important to me out of any other mod on this list. No visual effects. I don't want to see the sparkles. I don't want my Zoe walking down the street by a pile of rocks and seeing glitter floating above it. Like, I don't want any of the visual effects. It actually bothers me. And I thought that it would be something that the team would implement into the game. They did give us the option to hide the cat eye, but like, I want 0 visual effects. Next is complete dark mode always. I know that there is a dark mode on Nexus, but I don't think it captures every single screen and every aspect of inZOI. I just don't like how bright the game is, honestly. Following that, I want to see custom filters. So if you've been using Reshade, I use Reshade. But with it, it's just like not the best. It's very taxing. I want a filter that makes inZOI more vibrant and vivid. So something that increases the contrast, saturation. But we're going to move on because I also want someone to create a mod that removes the transparency from the UI. You know, my eyes been around a block a little bit, and I do wear these big old Coach glasses for a reason. I'm not gonna lie, the UI can be a bit of an adjustment. And I feel like the fact that it's mostly transparent isn't helpful. And maybe it can even be color options if we wanted it to be pink or black or what have you. And that brings me to the last item in this section, and that will be custom fonts. I feel the same way about the font. I just feel like it's not easy on my eyes, and I have horrible vision, okay? Like, I need to be very clear. Now we're gonna get into the gameplay mods that I want, starting with an expansion of the personality traits. I want to see wacky and whimsical traits and characteristics. Maybe my Zoe is a raging bitch. Maybe she's a lush. I feel like these are things that we can put in the game. Maybe somebody can make a Tyra Banks personality trait where you're nice and you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm so friendly, like I'm doing this to support you. I'm such a good person. But behind the scenes, they are an unhinged monster. Now, next, I want a Smart Zoe overhaul. Smart Zoe is an LLM. If they can tweak the LLM, right? Like, in theory, we can create different types of Smart Zois. Maybe somebody can do the Ebonics version of Smart Zoe. You know, what if I have my Zoe self, Zoe Ivory, and she's doing some parenting interactions and she's like, I wish Dream knew that I'm not one of her little friends. She better get herself together before she really find out who I am today. Shoot, we can even get a Spanglish version for mi gente, okay? Like, I am so serious. I will say, let's put an asterisk on this one. If you have no business speaking AAVE, you know, Spanish is not your language and you're not from any of those cultures that would speak that language, don't take it upon yourself, okay? You know, maybe someone can make like a general overhaul of SmartZoi. And again, I can't stress this enough. If it's not your background, baby, don't do it, okay? Don't set yourself up. Moving on, I want for there to be more custom events. Maybe we're doing baby showers, divorce parties. We can even take advantage of the random events that occur when NPCs pull up on you. Maybe your Zoe is dating a serial cheater like Owen. And then maybe the Zoe that they're cheating with comes to you as a woman. You know, they knock on the door, you invite them in, and they're like, I just want to let you know that if that's your man, he's mine too on the weekend. Up next, I really want someone to do a custom bubbly, them not having a fully functional bubbly that incorporates SmartZoi is a missed opportunity. So last in this section, I want to be able to invite Zois from other worlds. I'm going to use my Zoi self as an example. She has, okay, so her ex-husband has a baby mama that lives in Chahaya. He has two. But the one, we never met the baby. Your Zoi loses those connections when they go back and forth between worlds. So it would be nice if you could fly out your Zoi friends from Chahaya if you're living in Doan and have them come visit. I want to move on now to law, crime, and justice. And at the top of this list, this one thing is very important to me, and that is child support in custody. And I once again am going to use Zoi Ivory as an example. If you are not familiar with my live channel, K-drama writers everywhere, Chinese drama writers, Tyler Perry, Vaughn Mills, they are about to be in my nachos. I don't think that I'm playing inZOI the way that is intended. Now, I'm fully aware that they plan on adding family court into inZOI, but I don't think they're going to do it in the way that I need it. I want Zoi Ivory to be able to take Owen to court, not just for child support, but for back child support. They have kids in high school. My girl has 6 kids, 2 baby daddies, and 1 baby mama. There is Dream, Truth, Vision, Miracle, Confession, and Infinity. With Miracle, her father, Clyde, they had a child together and they broke up, and he is now with his fiance, his future husband. And we just made up a side storyline that he wants to get custody of Miracle because my Zoi self has been to prison 9 times, and that's not including when she went to prison in Chahaya. So realistically, she wouldn't have custody of them kids. So we just came up with a storyline by chance, trying to make up different situations to where if she goes back to jail, Miracle's gonna go live with her dad. So my Zoi actually got arrested for stealing a bag of chips, and we had court. And guess who was the bailiff? Her baby daddy. So I was like, oh, this man has a beautiful house. He got money. He's about to get married. He adopted a baby and he's a bailiff. So him and the judge at family court are probably best friends. There's no way that my Zoi self, a criminal, okay, like she's probably on probation as we speak. There's no way that she was awarded custody of Miracle in this custody battle. So we sent Miracle to go live with her daddy, and it was so hard. I was so sad. Moving on, because I feel like I went on so many tangents with child support and custody. Probation and parole, I feel like that's really self-explanatory. Some Zois are just going to need to be on probation. Some Zois just need to be on parole. Especially them repeat offenders. So I think that would be an excellent mod to have. Following that, lawsuits. I want to be able to sue other Zois if, you know, they beat my Zoi up, or maybe if they got scammed, because, you know, there are the scams that happen through the phone. Filing a police report, put a pin in that, because that would also be a great mod. Zois should be able to sue each other, sue a business. Next, I want Zois to be able to take other Zois hostage. And I know the people that are very anti-crime and inZOI, they just hit the dislike button and left this video. But the concept of a Zoi robbing a bank with a hostage, like I see that. And maybe it could just be like an NPC that is doing all of the like scared animations and crying. Oh man, how do I continue after a hostage mod? Moving on, I would like to see politics and inZOI and some type of voting system. And this is going to tie into the next item on my wish list. But maybe, you know, your Zoe could run for mayor. Maybe they can have people vote for them. And based on your Zoe's choices, it could affect not only your Zoe's state of mood, but maybe like people in the city. Even with voting, you know, if Zoe's want to vote to legalize things or illegalize things, I think that would be great, especially tying into this next mod that I would like to see, and that is gardening. Um, gardening, non-prescription street pharmaceuticals, you know, adding some effects to those mixed drinks. Base mental is my favorite mod ever. I know that may be shocking to some of you because I am a woman of decorum, but I do love me a good brown liquor. I mean, even if you go to the bodega out in Dowan, I think it's called the AZ Convenience or something like that. If you look at the counter and you look at the counter real close, it's some lighters on the counter. So we can even take some things that already exist in the world and make them functional. So your Zoe can go to the AZ convenience and buy a lighter and use that lighter to light a bowl. Wink, wink, if you get my drift. Now I want to dive into category 4, and that is freaked out mods. Let's start things off a bit light. So I want to see a mod that brings us childbirth and reproduction. And again, I really don't want to keep bringing up other creators or other modders for other games, but I really don't care about shame. So I want to see the Panda Sama childbirth mod, but for this game, enZOI. And with childbirth, that leads to reproduction, right? I feel like Zoes should have protection when they set the mood. And if they don't have the protection, they can have a baby on accident by mistake. Though it's really hard for it to be a mistake if you're choosing to go through life raw when you're set in the mood, but that's beside the point. And with the protection, you know, if they're not using it, we have diseases built into the base game. So maybe your Zoe can get to itching and burning and itching if they're setting the mood with anyone and everyone and not protecting themselves. Maybe they can have an interaction where they go to the hospital to get checked for said set the mood diseases. You see how that just don't roll off the tongue? Set the mood diseases. Let's put a pin in this. If somebody can override set the mood and just change it to Zoink, even if it's just for me. Like if you put this on Nexus and just call it the My Gameplay Diary Zoink mod, I would be so thankful, and I might even give you a kiss. Following childbirth and reproduction, I would like to see mods that incorporate more intimacy. I want to keep that energy that is already in the game, but just make it a bit more spicy, and not in a way that's graphic, but in a way that's just romantic. Maybe you can have a mod to where you can send a spicy text message or things like that, or they receive one randomly. Following that, I want a mod that brings new type of relationships. Maybe your Zoe is in a polycule, you know, and they don't even have to include the LLC. But maybe your Zoe is just in a large romantic group, or maybe they have an open relationship, or perhaps they're a throuple. A Zoe and her husband can go to a bar and she approaches someone and she's like, me and my husband think you're so pretty. Next on my list is going to be more aligned with business. I want pole business or just pole dancing in general. Business is in the base game and all we have to do is incorporate the animations, the pole, so people can pay to get in. They can also tip them like they would busking. And following the pole business, if we could have a love hotel, or perhaps the business model is that instead of people going there to meet new people to set the mood with or set the mood with their partner, maybe they are paying the business owner and the employees to set the mood with them. And we can even include the tipping system that happens with busking if they really like their, set the mood that they pledged their mew for. And maybe this doesn't even have to be tied to a business, right? Maybe they can take this on the go, perhaps to a local corner. Anyway, I'm sure this list does not cover everyone's needs, so if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below. Or if you're just happy to be here, drop some crime theme emojis in the comment section because I do enjoy me some inZOI crime. And at this time, I want to give a huge thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means more to me than you ever know. So I feel like if there's anyone out there that believes in me and believes in this channel, it is you guys. So thank you. And if you too want to show your support for this channel, feel free to hit the join button below or follow the link in the description box. Now, if you want to free this channel from the YouTube ward of the Kia Asylum, you can do so by liking and subscribing and hyping this video. It is a free way to show your support and it is always greatly appreciated. Other than that, I do want to say remember to stay hydrated, be kind to yourself, and get those squats in because it's March and summer is going to be here and ready with or without you. Or you could just be like me and let summer know that it's going to get whatever body I give it. And I will catch you in the next video.